when you sit down to sip that cuppa, is this what you're hoping for? A satisfyingly rich, lingering tea taste, fragrance, strength, and brightness of colour. A stronger, last-you-longer tea. Then seek no more, my lady, for you've found it in Rober. Make a cup of richer Rober, sip for yourself, and see for yourself why people say that Rober is a honey of a tea. The finest for your money of a tea. For in the pounds, shillings, and pennies department, Rober's a real pal right there. Rober's extra strength means an undeniable and easily proved economy. Richness, extra strength, and honest economy. You've got the lot in your hot little teapot when you make it Rober. Love that cuppa. Rober. Well, you know, it's been reported from London that in 5 million of the 17 million homes over there, that you can't sing in the bath because there isn't any. But we've got 3 of the best bathroom baritones in Australia, and they're Jack Perry, Dick Cranbourne, and a refugee from Sydney's bathroom problem, Bill Collins.
Ain't you looking swell?
I'm well.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Ain't you looking swell?
Very well.
On my soul, I'm mighty glad to see
I'm glad
you.
we all are.
Jack. Happier than I can tell. Hello, Bill. Here we are again, happy as can be. All good pals and jolly good company. Strolling round the town, out upon the spree. All good pals and jolly good company. Never mind the weather, never mind the rain. Now we're all together, whoop, she goes again. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. All good pals and jolly good company.
Here we are again, just happy as can be. And we're all good pals and jolly good company.
Strolling round the town, out upon the spree. All good pals and jolly good company. I say never mind the weather, never mind the rain. Now we're all together, whoop, we go again. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. All good pals and jolly good company. A very big welcome back to Bill Collins.
Thank you very much, Jack. It's very nice to be back in the program. One thing I must say, it's lovely, it's really beautiful to get back from Sydney to Melbourne and get a bit of sunshine.
Oh, there you are. Oh, remember this program's going to Sydney.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so we'll reverse that crack. Well, we want to find out where everybody is from, whether they're from Melbourne, Sydney, where they're from. Anyone here from Melbourne? Yes! That includes Victoria. What about New South Wales? Yes. Good. Queensland? Yes. Tasmania? Yes. West Australia? Yes. And South Australia? Yes. Right, they're here in force. Well, get together with the Victorians with a how do you do and a shake hands. Right, Tom.
How do you do? And shake and shake and shake hands. How do you do? And shake hands. State your name for business.
Prime Minister Robert Menzies has announced his cricket team.
To play the old West Indies, gee, old Bob will look a scream.
If he should field at Silly Point, there'll be some slight delay.
While Bob pulls in his belt and says we're gathered here to say,
how do you do? And shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you do? And shake hands. State your name and shake hands.
Up went the famous spaceship, with it Ham the chimpanzee.
It flew up into outer space, then dropped into the sea.
Destroyers raced to rescue it. The chimp poked out its head.
and when he'd had a sip of brandy, this is what he said.
How do you do? And shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you do? And shake hands, state your name for business.
The rail dispute is over, yes. It's bad luck, but it's true.
They'll run the trains on Sunday. Oh, yeah, that's what they will do.
We all adored the buses, and the drivers were okay.
If ever we should meet those guys, we'll all be bound to say,
oh, how do you do? And shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you do? And shake hands, state your name for business. Say how do you do?
Well, there's a little splashing going on at the minute. I think Jack...
Don't you come...
don't reckon those cans of beer are worth the 3 and 9. Well, the calls tonight. Let's have a look at... Oh, that's a funny thing. You should come in with that. We're calling for night workers tonight now. You know, there are many people listening to this program tonight who are probably getting ready to go to work. Oh, what did you... Never mind. People like office cleaners, nurses, night watchmen, all-night bus drivers, or PMG workers. If there are any workers who are on their way to work, come in a little bit earlier and say hello to us. We're interested in finding out what sort of a job you do. Maybe you have an unusual story to tell us in regard to your work. We'll give prizes to the first 3 in and something extra if you can entertain. Okay? Right.
Okay. We call now for people who claim that their job safeguards the public. When you look around, you notice how many safety-first objects there are in existence to protect you from injury. For example, traffic lights, guardrails, protective fences, and many more too numerous to mention. Now, if you are employed in an industry that makes any safety appliances, or even if your job is in some way connected with safeguarding the public, we'd like to meet you and hear about it. Who knows? We might even find a bodyguard for the happy gang.
You'd be lucky if you could find a body. However, our third call this evening...
You've started early.
Yes, I know. I've been practicing for 4 weeks. Our third call is for people who can play the black and white rag on the piano. You may think this strange, but tonight, sometime during the program, we're hoping to have a visit from the famous pianist Winifred Atwell. We're going to have an informal chat to Winnie here in the studio, and we think it'll prove very interesting to everyone. So... yes... To mark the special occasion, we're going to call for pianists who can play the black and white rag. You don't have to necessarily play it in the honky-tonk style. As you know, the black and white rag is one of Miss Atwell's favourite numbers, and the first 3 in will receive a prize. The first 1 in will also receive a long-playing record of...
Well, we have about quite a few of Miss Atwell's numbers.
Well, there is one big 12-inch.
Yes.
That is for the pianist, the first one to play the black and white rag.
Yes.
And we've got about 20 of Miss Atwell's 7-inch long playing recordings.
That's right, yes.
Well, now they're going to be handed out. Preference will be given to the first 3 in answer to any call.
Definitely. All right, well, let's recap. We called for night workers. We mentioned the PMG, night watchmen, nurses, cleaners, etc. Then people who claim that their jobs safeguard the public. Then people who can play the black and white rag on the piano, not necessarily in the Winnie style, but as long as it's the black and white rag.
Thanks, Dick. Well, it's adventure time. There's a new adventure in tea drinking waiting you when you change over to Roba. There's a richer tea taste to Roba. 1 cup lifts you up, and that second cup sets the seal on real tea enjoyment. No other tea will have the same joyful impact. From an enjoyment and economy point of view, Roba is the tea. Truly, you couldn't ask for more than Roba gives you, the very cream of the world's tea crops. Yes, you're all set for the finest cup of tea in the whole wide world with Roba. So, on with the kettle, out with the teapot, in with the Roba, and see why so many people, so many times, in so many ways, sip, sigh, and say, ah, Roba. Love that cuppa, richer Roba tea.
Thank you very much. The Dominoes, give me the simple life.
That's the life I don't believe in, fretting and grieving. Why mess around with strife? I never was cut out to step out, start out. Give me the simple life. I know some find it pleasant, dining and pleasant. Those things go off my knife. Just serve me tomatoes and mashed potatoes. Give me the simple life. A cottage small is all I'm after, not one that's spacious and wide. A house that rings with joy and laughter, and the ones you love inside. Some like the high road, I like the low road, free from the care and strife. Sounds corny and city, but yes indeedy, give me the simple life. When your mind is keen as a carving knife. I'm crazy about sleep, can't do without sleep. Give me the simple life. I love to whittle and day a little, tune on a 10-cent bar. a simple life. I greet the dawn when I awaken. The sky is clear up above. I like my scrambled eggs and bacon, served by someone that I love. That could be thrilling with one who's willing to be a farmer's wife. Kids call me Pappy, would make me happy. This is the life. Just give me the simple, plain and simple life.
Well done, the Dominoes, indeed. I think it's the talent spot in our program tonight, Jack.
Yes.
Who is the talent scout?
Me.
Oh, well, as long as you can dig up some talent, that's very good. Would you like to bring this gentleman in and introduce him to everybody, or lady?
I'd love to. It's a gentleman.
It's a gentleman?
And his name is Wally Manx, and all we need to do is give him a nice big welcome. Here he comes right now.
Manx. Oh,
Yes,
Manx.
here he is. How do you do, sir?
How do you do, sir?
A very
How are
big
you?
welcome to the Happy Gang microphone.
Thank you very much.
I think I told you the last time we met that I'd like you to come along, and I'm very pleased that you were able to.
It was a pleasure.
It was a... Oh, you've got a nice soft voice. We'll push you a little closer.
Right.
That's the way. Now, Mr. Manx, I'm not going to interview you. I'd like to introduce Bill Collins. Bill, this is Wally Manx.
There's no introduction necessary.
What are you
Jack, thank you very much. I know Wally quite well. He's one of the nuts from out at Eater.
We're all mates.
Yes, well, that is quite true.
Yes, of course, and Wally was one of the stars in our lunchtime fun time program out there.
Well, as a matter of fact, that does gel up because I saw Wally at an Eater dinner. We were out at a certain hotel and we rather enjoyed ourselves. And when I left, he said, "You'll never remember," but I did. I remember.
That's right. I remember. Well, you look a little bit hot there in the coat. You wouldn't like to get yourself comfortable, would you? I'll hold your euphonium here.
Thank you.
He plays a euphonium. That's very interesting, isn't it?
Euphonium at all.
Wasn't it? What is it?
To
What
the
do you
best of
play?
my
What is it,
knowledge,
Wal?
it's
This is the banjo mandolin.
Oh,
My baby.
Your baby?
Yeah.
And how old's this baby, Wal?
Oh, well, now you're asking, getting curious. I'd say 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's old enough
He
to
still
vote.
plays.
That's wonderful.
We've already established that Wally is at Eater. Well, now what do you do out
Wally, you
there?
look hot. Can I
What
take
do
your
I do?
tie off, Wal?
Yes, you certainly can.
Good boy. That'll be much better, won't it?
Yeah, well, he plays the instrument. He doesn't do a strip tease. Now,
He doesn't. Oh,
don't mix
fair
it.
Well, you've been playing this for 22 years.
I
then?
just
That's
asked him
right,
what his
yeah.
job was.
Oh, yeah, what is your job, Wal?
Me? Well, I run the sales out there at Eater.
Oh,
I see
do
that
you?
all these good people out here manage to get their peanut butter nice and fresh.
Oh, I see. Wally's
think that's
making
enough
sure that
ads,
his
don't you
bread
think?
is peanut buttered on both sides at the moment. Wal, I think we'd like to hear the number from you now. Would you
All
like
right.
to take the banjo out? And, of course, these things are very difficult. You sometimes...
banjo mandolin.
Oh, banjo mandolin.
And
It's probably not tuned up properly. Would you have to tune it up?
We won't be a second.
He's going
Right.
over to tune it up now.
at this particular show, it was something like 11 o'clock at night when Wally played it. And he really shouldn't have been able to play it, but he played it rather... Oh, here he is.
Perhaps it was because you weren't able to listen to him properly, Jack.
Yes.
Wally, what are you going to play for us?
5'2",
5'2",
and then we swing into a nice little melody.
a nice little melody. You don't think 5'2" is a very nice little melody?
5'2", and Somebody Stole My Gal.
Right, well, we'll see if we can find him. Thanks very much, Wally. very nice, wasn't it, Jack?
Yes, well, I wasn't wrong. Wally, you play a very nice banjo mandolin. It's not the first time you've played the instrument.
No, it is not.
No. How long have you been playing?
Since I was 14.
Since you were 14, that would be a matter of 20 years.
Oh, 15.
15, all right. Thanks very much.
Don't carry on with the argument. He'll be going back to school with the rest of them tomorrow.
Thanks very, very much for coming in. Thank you, Wally Manx.
Just one easy lesson. It only takes one easy lesson and you're a good little pastry cook. You start with a packet of Rober pastry mix. Just a few minutes work and your pie is made ready for the oven, ready to give perfect pastry pleasure. And of course, with Rober pastry mix, there's the happy knowledge that you just can't fail to produce perfection in pastry. And what pastry it is. Cast your mind back to the golden pies that Mother made. Remember the fragrant, spicy, crisply tender pie crust? Well, that's the kind of pastry you get every time with Rober pastry mix. And just to make certain that the ingredients stay as fresh as a daisy, Rober's the only pastry mix packed in a cellophane bag. So, how about one night this week, a tasty delight for the whole family, a pie to sigh over. A pie with that take-it-easy, bake-it-easy Rober pastry mix. Hasty, tasty Rober pastry mix, standard or double size. Billy Collins.
Yes, thank you very much, Don. Jack and Dick.
Yes.
The very big moment is here. Now, rather than have a little argument about who's going to announce this very charming and wonderful personality, what say on a given cue we say who she is? A lady we have out in the passage. She's there. So here she is, Winifred Atwell.
This is indeed a great thrill for us, Miss Atwell. Does everybody call you Miss Atwell or do they call you Winifred?
Winnie.
Winnie. Do you mind if we do?
Oh, not at all.
Winnie, meet Bill.
Very pleased to meet you, Winnie.
And Jack over there.
Hello again.
And we would just like, well, I'll tell you firstly, we want to find out something of what you're doing in our country at this time. What are you over here for now?
Well, at the moment, I'm rehearsing for our new show that opens on Thursday.
Tell us something about it, will you?
Oh, dear. Well, I'm not very good, you know, at doing things like this, but it's just a new show that we're presenting here that it's sort of, we hope it's going to be very different. It's really built around me and my pianos, and my two pianos.
You said you're not very good. I think you're doing a marvellous job. All you've got to tell us now is what time it starts and how much the tickets are.
Winnie, there's one very strange thing here, but among the three compeers of the Happy Gang, I'm the only one with any musical knowledge.
Yeah. He turns over the music, see?
But rather than take all the limelight, I thought it'd be a very good idea if we had somebody that does know everything about music to have a chat with you. Mabel Nelson. What say? Come on up, Mabel. Mabel and Winnie have met before.
No, we haven't.
You haven't met before.
No.
Mabel, Winnie, Mabel.
Let Mabel off when you get round again.
Well, I would like to say I appreciate the opportunity very much to meet such a world-famous celebrity, and I'm sure the Happy Gang and its listeners are delighted to have you here tonight, and we say welcome to the Happy Gang.
Thank you, Mabel.
What makes us very happy is to know that you're spending so much time in Australia. What is there about Australia that you like? Is it the audiences?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, quite apart from the theatre, it's because we have so many friends here that I love coming here.
We'd love to know that. Now, I've heard you in some classical programs. Well, really, not often enough, my own way of thinking. And I sometimes wonder if you would have preferred to have been equally world famous as a classical pianist as you are in your own inimitable field.
No, I don't think so. Mind you, there was a time I would have said yes to that I would have preferred to be a classical pianist, but I'm very, very happy as I am.
And I believe in your new show, Strike a New Note, the name, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
I believe you're going to spring a surprise on us. You're going to sing.
Well, I hope there are going to be lots of surprises in the new show.
And I was wondering the type of song you were going to sing.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. No.
Well. And while on the subject of singing, do you ever feel that the public generally regard an instrumentalist as secondary to a vocalist? Have you ever noticed that?
Well, I don't know. I think they're more vocalists because singing is something that's, well, natural in a way. I
Yes,
mean,
but you feel that the public sort of takes more notice of a singer, actually, than an instrumentalist?
No,
Or
I don't think
responds
so.
more
They
to
take a
that?
lot of notice of me, you know.
Oh, well, that's good.
Liberace's doing all right, too, isn't he?
But I know we'll be flocking to see you at the Princess Theatre, isn't it? Next Thursday.
Yes.
And I'm going to say thank you, sweet and lovely Winnie, for coming along here tonight.
Mabel, it's very nice. Winifred, we wouldn't dare ask you to play. Like, that's not in your contract. You're not...
Well, I'm
like, I'm putting myself in a spot. I really am. Oh, Winifred.
What shall I play, though?
What shall you play? I'll tell you what. What shall you play? I won't announce a number for you to
never
play.
believe it.
I'll make a piano for you if you'll play.
Would you?
Would you play?
Well, how could I refuse when you asked me so nicely?
Oh, come on, dear. You go over there. Give us anything you like.
While Winnie's going over, Dick, I think we should take this opportunity of congratulating Mabel on her very fine interview. I think she's got the makings of another Stephanie Dest.
Well, all we want is her phone number. Ladies and gentlemen, Winifred Atwell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Really delightful. And brother, might I say it, what a personality. Winnie, how many recordings have you made? Any idea?
Oh, dear, no.
Do you keep them all? You don't? Well, how do you expect us poor people to buy them if you don't buy them yourself?
Well, you see, no, I do buy them, you know, but then if someone comes to the house and they haven't got the record, I usually give it to them.
Oh, I see. Do you like Bill's Decca?
Yes.
Well, we like yours much better. Yes, we do. And you can get Winifred Atwell on Decca at any good music store.
Winnie, we'd like to thank you very much because we know that you've given up a lot of time from rehearsal to come around here with us tonight, and we know we mustn't keep you too long. So I think, Dick, we might ask for one more big round of applause for Winnie for coming along to our show.
And extra big one. Oh, she's gone out of the studio now. We can say what she's like. She's beaut. Isn't she wonderful?
Well, we've just heard the best in piano playing, and now here's the best about some cake. Mention the word cake and watch the takers. And here's the cake to do it. The new cake mixes, 4 of them by Roba. A velvety vanilla, a deep dark and delicious chocolate, an out-of-this-world orange, and a rich and fruity, a real beauty, a Roba fruitcake mix. Yes, there are 4 new Roba cake mixes, so easy to make and so easy to bake and so very, very easy to take. If you're a cake lover, you'll say that these new Roba cake mixes really take the cake. So remember the flavors, vanilla, chocolate, orange and fruitcake, and remember the name, Roba cake mixes. And this week, show the family that mum's the word for the best little cook in town. Put a halo around your head with these new Roba cake mixes. 4 flavors, vanilla, chocolate, orange and fruitcake, to the new Roba cake mixes.
And a fine body of a boy he was too.
Jack, I know what you're going to say. You're breaking into your Irish.
Are you sure?
Everything these days. Lady Chatterley's Lovers Band, now McNamara's Band.
Oh, but not June Hamilton now.
Right,
there she comes.
Oh, my name is McNamara. I'm the leader of the band. And though a few in number, we're the best in all the land. We play at wakes and weddings and at every county ball. At any great man's funeral, we play the march of soul. When the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horns they blaze away. McCarthy puffs the old bassoon while I the pipes to play. Oh, Tennessee, tunes are good and the music is something grand. A credit to all Ireland is McNamara's band. La, 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 la. Swell affair, a genuine celebration, all the gentry will be there. When the Prince of Wales to Ireland came, he took me by the hand. He said, I've never heard the like of McNamara's band. When the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horns they blaze away. McCarthy puffs the old bassoon while I the pipes to play. Tennessee, tunes are good and the music is something grand. A credit to Ireland is McNamara's band. La, 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 la. Now whenever an election's on, we play on either side. The way we play those Irish tunes, 'twould fill your heart with pride. If poor Tom Moore was living now, he'd make you understand that no one does him justice like old McNamara's band. When the drums go banging, the cymbals banging, the horns they blaze away. McCarthy puffs the old bassoon while I the pipes to play. Tennessee, toodles the flute, my work is something grand. A credit to all Ireland. Get ready to clap, 'cause this is the finish. Is McNamara's band.
Thank you, Joan Hamilton and the Dominoes. It's rhyming time. This is the portion of the program where listeners send in their words and the Happy Gang are asked to make a little rhyme about them in less than 30 seconds. And the first one tonight, after we stir them up, comes from Murray Bridge, South Australia. And they ask you to... Oh, this is a beauty. We've had the McNamara. It's Leprechaun. It's an Irish one, Leprechaun. Where is it?
Tom Davidson saw a leprechaun. He said, I must be dead.
Oh, did. When he had another look, he found it was Alfred.
Tell me, Bill, a small leprechaun did ever you see?
No, but I saw a fairy on Circular Quay.
Well, the happy gang did it easily that time. That was 20 seconds and 10 shillings to Robert Brooker of Murray Bridge, South Australia. Now we stir them up again and bring out the second one. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is a beauty. It comes from South Australia also, too. It's from Paynham, Mrs. H. Gilbert, and the word is alcoholism. Alcoholism. June Hamilton.
Jim Crouch is cured of alcoholism. That's what they say.
Yes. Oh, that's what they say. Instead of drinking alcohol, he's starting to eat hay.
Jack to Alcoholics Anonymous, you really must go.
What? And drink with a lot of jokers I don't even know?
Oh.